mtuongezee burial fund kwa SHA. Kozi ya kulipa bills haifanyi. Yani mnaturudisha miaka za kufanya harambee. And by the time you changa pesa to clear the bill ingine ndo hii na pile ya mochari.
I kept telling you guys hii maneno ya SHA. It is a whole heist. Same thing tumeona ya Minnesota hiyo ya daycare. 11 billion looted from SHA. Pesa zenye watu wanakatwa every month za kusaidia health zote.
Wewe uko hapo unangangana kulipa SHA, ati sijui per month, per week, sijui per nini, ulipe, ati ndio ukienda hospitali upewe dawa, upewe kitanda. Hiyo pesa inachukuliwa na wenye wana run hizi hospitali, watu wakubwa. By the way, sasa Duale anafaa kuwa ameshuka kwa hiyo kiti. Sijui anafanya nini ati yani hiyo ministry mzima ya health, watu wanafaa kuwa wameshuka. 11 billion ya SHA imepotea kutoka October 2024 mpaka April 2025. 11 billion. Kama haujui 11 billion ni mingi aje, per day ni 51.9 million shillings. Hao watu wamekuwa akiiba 51.9 billion per day ya SHA imeenda, na hakuna mtu ameshikwa, hakuna mtu ameachishwa kazi, hakuna nini. Kenya for you. Hey.
Karibuni katika Saddam Africa, na katika news leo inasemekana kuwa 10 billion, over 11 billion ya pesa ya SHA iliweza kuibwa. It was looted from SHA kutokea last year September, kutokea last year October, sijui mpaka mwezi wa 4 au kitu kama hiyo, yeah? Na hiyo pesa imeweza kupotea hivyo. Now guys, a few days ago niliwatengezea videos za jinsi pesa ilikuwa inaibwa kwa SHA and why it was being hidden, yeah? No, and I'm going to give you examples hapa ambazo nilipitia. Niliwaonyesha hapa Ayale medical nursing home, na hiyo Ayale medical nursing home ilikuwa inapata karibu 9 million Kenya shillings, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Ayale ilikuwa inapata karibu 8 million Kenya shillings, you know, from SHA mwezi wa 4, you know. But ukija katika Mandera County, hospitali kubwa kabisa, Mandera County Referral Hospital, hiyo ilipata 800k peke yake, you know. And yet Mandera County Referral Hospital ndo kubwa kabisa. Hii ni hospitali ndogo, wagonjwa kilemewa huku wanakuja huku, and it is not even clear if at all that hospital exists, you know, because inasemekana iko hapa. But watu wote ambao walikuwa hapa, no one was able even to send a picture ku prove kuwa iko, na hakuna mtu yote ameconfirm kuwa hiyo hospitali iko, you know. And yet hiyo hospitali ililipwa, you know. Other examples nilionyesha hapa, kulikuwa na hospitali nyingine ilikuwa inaitwa Alasland, you know. Alasland ilipata karibu 4 million if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Alasland, yeah, the Alasland, you know, mwezi wa 4 ilipata 4 million Kenya shillings. But ukija kwa ground, ukienda kutafuta data ya Ministry of Health, inaonyesha iko kwa hii building. Ukienda pale kwa hii building unapata ni pub, you know. Watu walitumwa hapa wakaconfirm kuwa hakuna hospitali, and yet ilipata 4 million, you know. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Hiyo vitu wanasema ni 11 billion. Pesa yenye imeibwa kwa SHA most likely is much bigger than 11 billion. Now the sad thing, na mimi naweza kuambia ukweli yenye iko, the sad thing, watu wenye waliiba hii pesa kwa SHA, in most cases hakuna hata mmoja ameshikwa. Wenye wameshikwa kule ni watu wachache, na in most cases ni small fish within Nairobi, Kisii na kitu kama hiyo. Pesa yenye waliiba pale iko less than even 5 million. Watu wenye wameiba 10 billion ama 11 billion imeenda hivyo, you know. And hii serikali yetu ukiona wanasema sijui hiyo 11 billion wametoa hiyo news hivyo, ndio hivyo washafunga. You know, katika serikali ambazo zinafanya kazi, hii 11 billion wenye wameiba wangekuwa wanatafutwa warudishe hiyo 11 billion, but in Kenya that is not the case. So guys, I want you guys to share these videos, because the moment nimerealize nikipost kwa TikTok, some of them are deboosted, has it spread kabisa vile zilikuwa kitambo, but I believe it's because inakuwa reported by government operatives ndo zisiweze kufikia watu wengi. These guys are afraid of you knowing kuwa vitu ambayo inatendeka kwa SHA na other things ni wizi ambayo inaendelea pale. So guys, kindly share the videos, let everyone know what is happening, so that tuweze kusonga mbele as a country.
So if you don't know already, tumepoteza another 11 billion again. From where? The SHA, Social Health Authority. Another 11 billion imepotea. And I'm just waking up with this news today for the Daily Nation. And it's funny because I was just doing research on how mismanagement or misappropriation of the different funds in government is actually the reason we are here in the first place. And I actually believe, I actually believe that Kenya is not a poor country. Now, I did a little research just in 1 second. How many hospitals can we build with 11 billion Kenyan shillings? And to my surprise, it's 60 to 70. level 4 hospitals in Kenya. With that, hiyo pesa imepotea tu kwa SHA. And the reason they give is just very shambolic. You can go and read today's copy of the Daily Nation. Now, in my research on how mismanagement or misappropriation or just poor fiscal policies is affecting our country, listen to what I found out. That towards the education sector, last year at least 20 billion was sent to ghost schools and non-operational schools, by the way, with some schools receiving up to 20 billion of capitation funds. And today, at least 1 million Kenyans are stuck home. 1 million Kenyans who are supposed to join senior high schools or senior secondary school are stuck at home. And also remember, at least 1.7 million graduate baadaye wananga kazi. So tunasoma tukitoka nje hatuna kazi. 889 million could not be accounted for in the education sector last year. So the Ministry of Education could not account for 889 million. How many schools can we build with that? How many students can we pay their school fees with that? And another sector that was very critical is the health sector that I started by talking about the 11 billion in Mepotea in the Daily Nation just published today. So in the health sector, towards in 2020 during the COVID period, you remember in that period alone, to report 7.8 billion to the COVID-19 billionaires, like 7.8 billion ilipotea hivyo na nobody's talking about it today. In 2015, Kenya ilikuja na kitendo manage equipment services, which was supposed to actually lend or lease medical equipments to hospitals. And we know how much that project will cost. 38 billion. And that project iliandika kufa because these hospitals hazikuwa na infrastructure za kuaccommodate this medical equipment that were being leased to them. The audit by the Vaccine Alliance inasema that at least 160 million meant for vaccines were mismanaged in that period against 2016. And Global Fund audit inasema 630 million fraudulent was also happened in the TB vaccine cases. Like hadi kutibu TB 637 million ilipotea. And musisahau about the 8 SHA ghost hospitals. Then it will spend 104 billion.
Hey guys, si story ni action na vijana tuchukue kura. Now, watu wanasema sijui 2 term, 10 term, 1 term kujeni hapa. Now, this is a serious thing and we need to discuss it. We may think about it. Now, 11 billion zimepotea kwa SHA. 20 billion zikapotea kwa affordables and there is no accountability. Hakuna kesi tunasikia. And then external borrowing ya Kenya ime exceed whereby we cannot borrow anymore. We are at risk. But now Ruto, President William Ruto plan to borrow a whole 906 billion from the domestic market. Yani sasa atuombe. Nje ameomba mpaka imefika extent. Sasa anataka kutuomba sisi wa Kenya tumpatie 906 billion. Unajua watu wenye upenda kuwork na government ni watu wa private cause wanajua watalipo hizo do. But this time round wanasema they are scared even to work with government. On the other hand, unaona venye makampuni inauzwa. The other day ni sijui ni KPLC, Safaricom, KICC. Now, my question is this. Hizi pesa tutalipa na nini? Umetukopa sisi wa Kenya. Tunashindwa mpaka kulipa ya nje. Yani unataka tukue tu wafukara kabisa. Cause now, tutalipa na nini? Haya.
11 billion shillings was stolen from SHA in just 6 months. So according to an audit by the Ministry of Health, between October 2024 and April 2025, the ministry found that huge sums of money had been siphoned through fake and inflated claims submitted to SHA. The investigators at this point say that these weren't random mistakes, but it was a deliberate scheme, where some hospitals allegedly submitted claims for procedures that never happened, while others even pretended that simple outpatient cases were serious and expensive inpatient cases to claim bigger payouts. The audit also found reports that some healthcare workers had registered themselves as fake patients just to generate fake claims from SHA, while other hospitals claimed that all of the childbirth cases they had at a certain period of time were all cesarean sections and there were no natural birth cases in that particular facility. You see, all of this comes as Kenyans are paying for SHA, which replaced the former NHIF. And I think what Kenyans expected was better healthcare coverage and not tens of billions of shillings just siphoned through fraud. And so I just want to pause here and ask you questions like, do you think SHA is working effectively? And how do you think we can protect our contributions better such that we are getting healthcare services and not just loss of funds through fraud?
You know, this is nonsense. How can you come and tell us kuna watu wanaiba 10 billion and you are not dealing with the person who stole 104 billion? Sisi tunabebo aji. Surely, SHA started by losing 104 billion in a software system. 104. Nobody wants to address that. We are all being treated to drama about a hospital that made claims of 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, 10 million to files to a blue tuze tunawekwa hapo kwa kigunia tunatupwa kwa DCI.
Diversionary tactics.
We are being told that this is where the problem is. The problem is not the 10 billion, and we are not saying that is not money. The problem is we want to know who was paid these 104 billion for the system. Tuanze hapo.
By
the time they were getting the system for 104 billion, SHA ilikuwa inadaiwa na mahospitali 30 billion. But wakaona wasilipe mahospitali 30 billion, waende kwanza wachukue 104 billion watengeneze system. System to them was more important than paying the hospitals that have provided services. St. Mary's Hospital, you saw, a very old hospital, has closed down because of madeni yenye wanadai. Yes, and that hospital has been serving Kenyans for so many
a century plus.
A century. So when a hospital that is a century old closes down, and all you are treating us is to the drama of people who are supposed to have claimed 10 billion, then kuna shida.